All right. So, if you didn't know, today is tax day. If you haven't filed your taxes yet, you're in trouble. There's probably a line down at H&R Block by now. But um, and so because of that, because today's the deadline to file your annual tax return, um, the entire internet is going to just be flooded with nothing but libertarian memes of taxation is theft. Well, um, whether you fall on that side of taxation is theft, taxation is extortion, or on the other side of taxation is part of the social contract, not my issue. Not what I'm here to talk about today. What I am here to talk about today is that Jesus is unequivocal in stating that we should pay our taxes. Matthew 22, and then Paul reiterates this as well in Romans chapter 13, that it is expected of Christians to pay your taxes. And it's also notable that if you weren't like that, in ancient Rome there was two classes of people essentially. There was the slaves and there was freemen. That you had people that were owned by, they still had an income, they were still paid, but they were owned by other people. They had a daily wage, but they couldn't vote, they couldn't participate in the governmental process. And then you had the freemen, the citizens, the ones that actually participated. That was it. You had those two classes. Nowadays, everyone has the freedom to participate in government. You want to run for office? Run for office. If you don't have money, you're probably going to lose, but that's still, I mean, it's part of it. If you want to run, you can run. If you want to vote, you can vote. If you want to if you want to support a candidate, support a candidate. Or if you want to give money to a cause that you care about, whether that's a health issue like cancer, or if it's a mental health issue like the wounded warrior, or if it's you can do whatever you want, vastly more than any of the people that lived in Jesus' day. Plus the fact that we have the freedom to travel that they just didn't have. We're talking about like Jesus spent 3 years just walking everywhere. Imagine if he would have had cars, or if he would have had planes, the amount of ground that he could have covered so much more efficiently, and the number of people that he could have been in contact with. Plus the fact that we have the internet, which allows us even more contact with people all around the world. Like, we live in a better world than he did. And that better world has a cost to it. And you can be upset about that. You can talk about government bureaucracy and government bloat and all those things, problems that need to be solved for sure. But the fact that those problems exist does not excuse you from disobeying direct commandments from the Bible. Paying your taxes is expected. And the fact that it's an explicit command like that makes it so that not doing so is disobedience to the will of God. Now, additionally, there's a simple fact present that you cannot be blessed by something that you complain about. One of the reasons why most of you tend to struggle in the realm of enjoying your work, or really ascending in your work, is that you do nothing but complain about it. So your employers see those kind of things. They see that attitude underneath, and they're like, no, we don't want to promote that guy. He's an a-hole. Whereas, yes, there's issues that always need to be solved, and vocalizing issues that need to be solved is one thing. But we all know the line in which you cross from stating the fact of an issue into complaining and whining and just whatever. Like, we know where that line is, and we know when we've crossed it. And honestly, you know when you've crossed it at the point where you begin to enjoy the conversation. If you're just stressed by the fact that you're having to discuss a problem, you're in the realm of we're still trying to solve it. If you're just talking about the problem, not really seeking to find a solution, that's just complaining. And I think that's the sum of what we're dealing with most when we're talking about taxes, April 16th, all of that has nothing to do with solving the problem of government overreach and fiscal irresponsibility and all those things that exist in the realm of taxation. It's really just that I deserve money and that I don't have it and I'm bitter about that. So, something to check your heart with, I guess, today. I want to keep this as short as possible, but is the reason why you're upset with taxation the fact that it's going towards causes that you don't like, or the fact that you didn't have the ability to spend it on yourself? And libertarian conversation, whatever, we can talk about, well, if it's your money, it's your right to do with it whatever you want, whatever. Not getting into that politics stuff, but seriously, is the reason why you're upset about this more about what it's going towards, or the fact that it's not going towards you? And I think that's the sum of it, that you want the ability to do more for yourself. You want more so that you can constantly feed your gluttonous appetite. That doesn't have anything to do with the fact that tax dollars go towards abortion, which is, granted, that's a problem. It's not about the fact that tax dollars going towards foreign aid and governments that hate us or whatever, which maybe that's a problem. Like, it's not that. You're just using that as a scapegoat and a smokescreen to hide how selfish and arrogant and gluttonized and envious that you truly are. So, happy tax day, and try not to be too upset about it.